Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? A gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. I'm going to jump into this paperwork that I have piled up uh, after I finish this video. Need to get this done. As I was driving in this morning, I often share that I have epiphanies when I'm driving. And usually when I get into the office, this is when I start recording. But, God dropped this message into my spirit this morning because it bugs the heck out of me. You guys know I share that I don't do dysfunctional peace. I don't walk around like nothing has happened. I don't, subscribe to go along to get along. If something is out of sync, I'm going to call it out. I call a thing a thing, and this is one of my mother's favorite quotes. Where you act out is where it gets worked out. So, the ominous threat of I'm going to call somebody. I need to make this abundantly clear, or I'm going to tell someone, does not mean a damn thing to me. I'll give you my phone to call them. Or better yet, I'll call them and say, you need to get here to see this or to hear this. And y'all know, for those of you who know me, y'all know. I'm standing flat-footed and saying things with my whole chest. Okay? So this is what dropped into my spirit, and I hope some of you receive it. And I'm going to tell you what it stems from after I tell you the message. And for me, I believe with my whole heart that this message is from God for me, but I'm going to share it with you. As I was driving, the words that the desire to identify, but the lack of action to support what you're trying to identify with is a sedative for a weak mind and an even weaker spirit. Okay? I need you to hear that. And like I said, it spoke directly to who I am as a person and what I'm about. And what I'm about is the love for people, love for disenfranchised, marginalized, and hanging on to the fringe. And there's many of us out here. And there's many of us, for as many of us that are out here, and there's some folks that don't even think they're being marginalized. So this message is not for you because you're going to poo-poo it anyway. But for the folks who are out here and fighting, to make things right, I salute you. I commend you. It's not easy. There's things that are disheartening. There are things that tax your mental health. Need to be clear about that, because to put the weight on like Atlas and carry it on your shoulders day in and day out for folks who are unappreciative, from folks who are responding with knee-jerk reactions and they don't understand that we're playing chess we're not playing checkers because they want that quick win. You know, this message is not for you. And for the folks who are just talking about it, but have no supportive action whatsoever, did you feel that silence? Did you get to look in my eye? Go to the other side. That's my message to you. Go to the other side. Because they'll appreciate your lack of effort. Joy Reid said something the other day that the press got a hold of. And by the press, I'm saying the mainstream press, who does not like hearing the truth, or who have become basically talking heads in news magazines for entertainment. Go to the other side. Because there's a bunch of soldiers out here on the front lines that are fighting for people's lives, not talking points, not to identify, but to be about it. And y'all need to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that there are some revolutionaries who will be fighting till the day they die. And before you get all bent out of shape, revolution is a very hard word because people think of battle and war. But for me, it means to grab at the root. You know, and that's an Angela Davis quote. Yeah, let's get to the cause of it. Now, I once had an individual tell me that they're very aware of their privilege. And then they did something that told me, you enjoy the hell out of your privilege. You may decry it because you think it means something to certain people. Oh, I'm very aware of my privilege, but I do nothing to change it. I do nothing to give it up. I run to it whenever I stir the pot. And even when you're stirring toward the side, the privilege, playing revolutionary. Get out of my face. You know, I told you I wear hoodies that I make, and my hoodies have to say something. I mean, people are seeing you, and they're seeing, you know, your clothing. My clothing has a message. And I'm going to share this. I haven't worn it yet, but I put out a new line that's coming to a screen soon. And one of the messages on this new line says that racism is not a single event. It's a system. Think about that as you sit back and you talk about it. But again, you do nothing toward change.